Hi, and today I want to do a little bit more from my purple book, which seems to be really popular. What I have done is I have updated and organized a little bit better my life truths. Look, I even have a show and tell. Whoop. There we go. Life truths. I have to learn how to use the camera. Anyway, okay, so um these are the life truths that I have been developing over the course of the last, oh my God, like 6 years. So that this is how I am trying to live my life. And it is something that I share with other people. Okay, so let's get to work. All right. Number one, life is not fair and it owes me nothing. It doesn't keep a scoreboard. And neither do I need to keep a scoreboard. However, just because life is not fair does not mean that I personally do not want to be fair. I want to be fair with people in the things that I do because that's the kind of person that I want to be. And a lot of this does have to do with what kind of a person do you want to be. Okay, so life's not fair. Got the memo. I'm not expecting other things to to work out for me. I am going to work for myself. Okay. Number two, everything is temporary. Okay, the world hasn't stopped revolving for anybody. What you are living through right this second is right this second, and in a moment, this second will be the past. Mind-boggling, right? So, looking at the world as being temporary, it encourages you to really live in the moment and experience what's going on. And it also can give you hope that if you're going through something that is bad, it is going to end. Just like my last video when I said the shoe's going to drop. Yes, with along with that, if things are going well, they're not going to be perfect all the time. Things are going to change. And that change is what gives us hope. It gives us the opportunity to have faith in ourselves too, because we know that we're not, even though it may feel like it in the moment, we are not stuck where we are because things are always changing. If nothing else, we're getting older. Hopefully, we're getting wiser. All right. Number three, I can't make you do anything. This is very powerful. I can't make you do anything or feel anything. I can't make you happy and I can't make you sad and I can't make you angry. If I say to you, you make me so angry when you do blah, 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 I'm giving you my power. And you know what? I really like my power. I don't want to give that to anybody. And being able to turn that around and to recognize that you are that you're not the victim to somebody else's behavior, that you I do not, when I say victim to somebody else's behavior, I'm talking about having a victim mentality, that things are happening to you and you have no control. Because at the end of the day, number four is you are only in control of yourself, your actions, and your reactions. Okay? Therefore, it is all about choice. I choose to be angry about something. I I am allowing myself to be happy. I'm allowing myself to be mad. Um, Recognize that we are all works in progress. Even though I have these high ideals that I try to live by, I'm not perfect. I am a work in progress. I am constantly striving to be better. And therefore, I'm going to have days where I'm not, I react before I think. even though I preach it to everybody to stop, take a breath, allow that blood and that oxygenated blood to get to your head, to your brain, so that you can think a little bit more clearly and keep yourself from responding before thinking and then later on regretting it. If I give myself that grace, ooh, I should add that to the bottom. Um, I think that's going to be an additional. If I am understanding that we are all works in progress and that we're striving to be the best people that we can be, then we can allow ourselves to make mistakes and come back from them, because it is not the mistake that is important. It is how you come back from that mistake. Okay. Um, number 6. This is one of my favorite ones, y'all. The only thing in life that you have to do is breathe. I spelled it wrong. Anyway, everything else is optional. Paying taxes is optional. I added, except feed the cats, because somebody made that comment. And it's true. I'm looking down at my cat right now, who's sitting there beside me, looking at me, going, "What are you doing?" Anyway, um, if I recognize that the only thing in my life that I absolutely have to do to survive is breathe, and that everything else is optional, it's a choice. Once again, I have more power over myself. And that is so important, to be able to recognize your own worth and to recognize the power that you have, the control that you have over situations, so that you do not fall into that victim mentality that everything is happening to me and I have no control, and so I'm just going to curl up and wait for other things to happen, instead of looking at your resources and problem solving and preparing. Okay. Um Number 7. This is a good one. By the time I get done with this, I'll have this perfect. We are not mind readers. I can presume what you might do, how you might respond, based upon previous experience with you, past history, because past history is a good indicator of future behavior. However, I am not a mind reader. I do not know what's going on in your mind. And therefore, I do not want to presume that I know what you're thinking and I know what you're going to do. I have a pretty good idea. And therefore, okay, this one is kind of a little bit challenging. All right. I cannot make you do or feel anything, right? Okay. However, I can, I am in charge of what I do and how I act. Therefore, if I do something to you that, based upon your past behavior, my past experiences with you, if I do something that's going to elicit a certain response from you, and I'm expecting that response from you, then guess what? I own that behavior. You own that response. You are a work in progress. If I take advantage of the fact that you're a work in progress and I know that you're still working on this, and I do something intentionally, then shame on me. Remember, always be the person you want other people to see, because people are always watching you. You are a role model in whatever you do. I talk about this when I'm talking to parents about, being the parent you want your children to see, being the person you want them to see. This is everybody. When we walk out into the world and interact, we are being role models. That's a whole nother story. Okay. Um, all right. Oh, and honestly, would you want to read my mind? Would you really want to go through the loops of how I go from point A to point D through B, C, F, and G? All right. Anyway, um, okay. Number 8. Happiness comes from within. Okay. I can't make you happy because I can't make you feel or do anything. Your being happy cannot rely on me because if it relies on me, then you are giving me your power. I'm giving you my power if I say, you make me so happy. If I say, I feel so happy when I'm with you, then I'm acknowledging your role, that you're a part of it. But at the end of the day, I am the one who chooses. Have you noticed how choice is an underlying theme in this? Okay, so I um I am the one who gives myself permission to be happy, even in a situation that might not be a joyous occasion. If I allow myself to have some joy or allow myself to find something happy or relaxing or calming about an event, then I'm just keeping my own peace that way. Okay. Um, I I am a more of an optimist than a pessimist. I am a girl half full, a girl, the glass is half full and I'm pouring some more into it, you know, kind of girl. Um, not not like some people I know who, yeah, glass is half empty, it's got a hold. Anyway, uh, but with my optimism doesn't mean that I am blind to what's going on. It's just that I believe having optimism gives having optimism gives me hope for the future, that there can be change, and that's really important. Okay, number 9, and this one is a, oh my god, this is like a whole video all by itself. Words have power. What you say, how you say them, are so important, which is why I am doing these videos. um is because I do have that belief that what a person says can help other people, can influence, intimidate, encourage, inspire. And that is what I want to do, is I want to encourage people to have faith in themselves and to believe that there can be change and that you and I have more control than we really recognize. Okay, so words have power. There are certain words that I prefer not to say, but can't and should. And you know what? These are going to be a whole separate video, trust me. All right. And then the very last one that I have on here is, it is never too late. A perfect example is this. The fact that I have kept working on making it the best um, position for you to be able to see it shows it's never too late. Do you know that I was 57 when I graduated with my master's, and I was just shy of my 60th birthday when I got my license to be a professional counselor? You are never too late, okay? Never give up on yourself. Never stop believing. Um, Ironically, never and always are part of those words that have power that I try to avoid most of the time. And yet, I'm using it quite freely right now, isn't it? Interesting. Okay. And then the last one that I didn't add on this is, above all else, be kind. Be kind to other people. Be kind to yourself. Give everybody a, give everybody a working chance. Okay? All right. Okay. So I'm at that, past that 12-minute mark. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. If you like, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm getting better. Um, And please leave comments, all right? Because I need that feedback. All right. See you later. Bye.